Hello, everybody. I am back. Microphone on. Yep. I am back. And as the title of the video probably says, my store was burgled. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about this idea that the Pokemon card market is crashing and burning. Maybe talk about a couple of other things because it's been like 5 years or something since I've last made a video, since I've last talked to you. So there's a lot that has happened in the last several years we could discuss. First, let's talk about the burglary. Yes, it's true. My store was burgled, meaning in the middle of the night, somebody came in and stole a lot of my shiny rectangles. That is something that is a bummer, man. Kind of makes me sad to think about. It's less about the, I don't know, it's less about the shiny rectangles that were stolen and more about the time that was stolen from me. It was a lot of potential money that was stolen. It was a lot of store inventory. And, what was stolen was like a year of my life. A year of my life that I could have been taking my kids for a bike ride or on vacation or just spending time with my family. And somebody came in the middle of the night and stole that from me and stole that from my kids. So that's kind of the thing that chaps my butt. It's like the cards are replaceable. The slab's a little bit more difficult to replace, but they're replaceable. It was the amount of time that was invested. Sorry, I'm having like allergies or something. It was the amount of time that was invested in getting all of these things together, putting them all in one place. That's kind of what burns the most. The police are working on it. We'll see. From what I hear, this is something that is happening a lot. Card stores are getting burgled. They're getting robbed. I'm lucky enough where there wasn't too much damage. There was some damage, they had to get in somehow, so they had to damage something, but there wasn't a crazy amount of damage. The amount of damage that was done, we were able to undo in a couple hours. That's best case scenario. There are places that have cars drive through walls. There are places where cases are just obliterated. I heard an instance of somebody, people coming in with guns and all kinds of stuff, and we're getting to a place where card stores are going to have to start being built out like banks or jewelry stores. And that's kind of a bleak world, man. That's kind of a depressing thought. Card stores are going to have to start being built out like pawn shops, where you come in for your card, you look through the 2-inch bulletproof glass, and you say, "Can I look at that card?" And there's like some hoops you have to jump through, like, I'm going to need to take a photocopy of your driver's license before you can look at this card. And then you have to sign some like weird hoops. And then you get your card slid to you through a stainless steel drawer through a bulletproof window. That sounds pretty bleak. And I don't know. There's only so many times before a card store can get ripped off before either it closes or some extreme measures are taken to avoid it happening again. I don't know what the answer is. I don't want to do either one of those things. I don't want to close, and I don't want to be sitting in a bulletproof box sliding people cards through drawers. I would say this though, if you happen to be a card store owner and you're watching this video, or one of the thousands of people who seem to be opening up card stores every day, because it seems like every day somebody comes in and tells me about a new card store, I would reassess security. I would think more carefully about your security plan, because we are in that world now. But yeah, I mean, like every time somebody comes in, they're telling me about a new card store. I think back to when I opened my card store, and I might have been like, I was like, from what I can remember, and I'm trying to remember more. I'm like one of a handful of card stores that was in southeastern Wisconsin. Now it seems like there's a card you could throw a rock and hit 5. But when I opened up, and it's Pokemon specific, the only Pokemon specific card stores that I can remember in southeastern Wisconsin are me and Pokeshop. Evolution has been there for a while in Butler. Pink Bunny has been there for a while and is at Cudahy or Oak Creek. Neither of those, when I first opened up, Evolution, I don't even remember if they had any Pokemon out. They were mostly like other anime IPs, Yu-Gi-Oh! They were known as like the big Yu-Gi-Oh! Place. Now they do more Pokemon. Pink Bunny is like Magic primarily. I think they've always had some Pokemon, but it was never a focus. They did Yu-Gi-Oh! Up the freeway in here in West Bend, there was Hobby Nights. That's been there. That was there longer than me, but they've always been Magic. And then that's it. There's been other card stores that have come and gone in that amount of time. But when I first opened up, the reason why I opened up is because I did a Google search, and there were no card stores. I couldn't find any card stores. And so I was like, all right, I'll make a card store. Maybe there's other people looking for a card store. And there were. So it's been kind of a crazy, how many years has it been? 4 or 5, 6 years? I don't know. So card store owners think about security. It's the real thing that's happening right now. Everybody's talking about this Pokemon card market slump. I don't know. And they're not like new people either. Like I'll see a like a clickbait YouTube video pop up on my feed, like Pokemon card market's crashing and burning, everybody jump ship. And I'll click through the video, click through to their channel, and their channel's like 2 years old or 3 years old. So they've been around for a couple years. I don't know. Maybe they're like more invested and involved now, which is why they're seeing the numbers in a different way. Take it for somebody who's been here for, at this point, I mean, I feel like a grandpa in this space, but this is how it happens. This is what happens. Number one, the Pokemon card market in general is cyclical. I've talked about this in videos years ago, so I'm going to talk about it again. There are 3 legs to this stool, and it goes in a circle to like which leg, am I flipping off the camera? Which leg the market is leaning on at any one time. It's graded slabs, raw singles, and sealed product. One of those legs of the stool is always bearing the load, while the other 2 are being forgotten about. And it goes in a circle. So at one point, the slab market will be booming, and there'll be $200 slabs yesterday that are $5,000 slabs today. And then the whole market just kind of quietly shifts into another direction, and it's on singles. And there'll be $10 singles yesterday that are $400 singles today. And then everybody shifts to sealed. And it goes in a circle like that. Sometimes these cycles take longer than others. I've seen it take years. There have been entire years or 18, 24-month periods where everybody's focused on sealed, and then sealed kind of starts tapering off. Right now, it seems to be going faster. It's like months or quarters, 3-4 months at a time, where it's like, okay, for this 3 months, we're all going to be focused on sealed, and now we're on to slabs. So there's that at play. And also, the retail cycle is cyclical too. We are in a slow retail sales period. That's just what it is. The summer is always slow. Now, if this was mid to late November and sales were off, now it's time to start. Now it's time to start panicking. Now it's time to start thinking real hard about what's happening and where is this all going. If we're at the end of November and sales are like down, we got a problem now. Pokemon seems to try to combat that from happening every year, because if you look at the Q4 releases of every year, they're always strong releases. So what do we have this year? We have the 30th and what's it, Delta Rain, the Rayquaza set. We have both of these things dropping Q4, which is a buffer against potential slow summer retail sales bleeding into the fall and winter. The fall and winter, remember, this is Christmas. This is the Christmas season. So this is typically the strongest blowout money-making time of the year. This is where like most stores make the majority of their yearly income, is right there at the tail end of the year. And Pokemon tries to kind of stoke those flames, thankfully. I mean, I'm not complaining. This is a good thing that they do, by releasing these major blowout sets to try and carry us, to try and stop the summer cool down and heat it back up into the winter. That's just the retail cycle. So when I see all these videos about Pokemon market this and that, what I start thinking is like, maybe just YouTube views are down. Maybe people are bleeding YouTube views for the summer. Everybody's outside, less people are watching YouTube. These guys are like, oh no, my YouTube channel views are off. Maybe I try to make some sort of like crazy video about how the world is ending, so I can kind of stoke up YouTube views. Because, I mean, in general, the market's really not that slow. I've had much slower years. I think my sales numbers are kind of on point. I don't know if I've really seen any slowdown, to be quite honest. Prices rise, prices fall, but that aspect of things has never really interested me that much, which is why I haven't made a video in 5 years. There's not a ton to talk about, and what most people seem to be interested in talking about is like, this common card that used to be 50 cents is now 75 cents. Now is the time to sell. And that conversation, I can't make those videos every day, man. I can't. That doesn't interest me. I can't sit in front of a camera and talk about commons that are now $2. I mean, it's cool when it happens, and of course I go and I find those commons and I sell them like everybody else. But to sit and talk about it, I've got a lot of other stuff to do. Other things that have happened in the last 4 years or something, One Piece card game became a thing. Pretty popular. People like it. Maybe it's got legs. I don't know. It seems to be cooling off a little bit right now. Maybe not. Maybe not. Still seems pretty strong. Yu-Gi-Oh's coming back. The last time I made a video, I think I was still selling Yu-Gi-Oh in the store. I took several years off because I just didn't want to deal with the headache anymore, but I'm about to start getting back on the Yu-Gi-Oh bus. Riftbound came out. That's more of like a recent thing, but I think if any card game has the potential for long-term success, it's Riftbound. I really do. You have a card game based on the largest or one of the two largest video game IPs in the world, if they can convert some percentage of the video game players into card game players, Riftbound's going to dwarf Pokemon. League of Legends is a beloved video game. I'm bad at League of Legends. I've tried to play League of Legends. I'm really bad at it. And I just can't I don't know. I'm at that age now where if I'm bad at something, I just accept it and move on. I don't try to fight against it. It's just not going to work. It's just not for me. I'm not a League of Legends guy. That's for other people. They're good at it. And I'm just never going to get there, sadly. Call of Duty, that's my thing. Gundam is cool. I love Gundams, like the little actual models. Those are awesome. The show's cool. Whether the card game sticks around, I don't know. Personally, I think it's probably going to go the way, hopefully it goes the way of like something like Flesh and Blood, where broad general market appeal wanes, but there remains a core dedicated group of people that keeps the game relevant. Maybe it's not like a big blowout success, but there are people still there playing and enjoying the game. Hopefully it doesn't go the way of MetaZoo. Speaking of MetaZoo, Pal World, people have been asking me about Pal World, and I tell people give it 6 to 12 months and then we can talk about it. I've been MetaZoo'd once before already, and I'm not going to do it again, please. So Pal World gets 6 months, 12 months under its belt, and people are still interested and hyped up about it. All right. I'll start carrying Pal World. But I still have piles of MetaZoo in the back that I can't sell for Firestarter. So I'm going to need a little bit more of a history before I go jumping lock, stock, and barrel on Pal World. I think Magic's doing great. The next Magic set is Star Trek, and I am very excited about it. Go back to one of my earliest videos I ever made. It was about Star Trek cards. I am a Star Trek fiend. Now, I don't know if the Magic players, I don't know if these are good Magic cards for playing the game, which will dictate whether it's a good set in general. But me personally, the IP that they chose for this Magic set, couldn't be happier. But Magic in general is doing great. Interest in that game has, at least around here, it's never been higher. I think Magic's doing a good job. I think they've got some legs. Well, that might be where I cut it for today. Thanks for checking out the video. It's been a long time. The last time I made a video, I think my second youngest child wasn't born yet. And that can't be right because she just turned 7. But I remember one of the thumbnails, my wife was pregnant with her. And since then, a whole other child has been created. So it's been a while. It's been a while since we've had this talk. Let me know what you think about in the comments. The burglary thing sucks. It's still pretty recent. It was like a week or two ago. I'm still dealing with the police. I'm still not dealing with the police. I'm still helping the police in their investigation. Still trying to get everything back together. The case is full of cards, but it's not. It's obviously a little bit different than it was before all the, it's got a lot of great cards in it, but Bummer, man. So much time, you know. Somebody just walks right into your place and just... Let me know how you guys feel about the different card IPs in the comments down below. Say something, say anything. I enjoy talking to people. If you're local, come on into the shop, say what's up. Today we're running a 100% trade credit special towards destined rivals. So if you have cards that you want to, I think it's like $5 and over. If you have cards that you want to trade towards a destined rivals ETB or booster box, we're offering 100% trade value. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys. Well, it was good talking to you. Maybe I'll see you again soon. Hopefully it won't be another 20 years before I make a video. And I'll catch you next time.